self-awareness is the starting point to embracing your perfection. You've got to reflect and understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and your unique qualities by challenging negative self-talk, because negative self-talk impacts on our self-esteem. So it's important to begin to challenge negative self-talk. Whatever happened to you in the past does not define you, does not define your future. It's gone. That's not you anymore. You've moved past it. And so you find that when something's happened, that picture comes up on your heart again. That is no longer you. That's the good news. It's no longer you. It happened when you were 5. It happened when you were 20. It happened when you were 39, maybe. Whatever. It's in your past. It should no longer define you. Hello everyone, welcome to Journey with Me. My name is Abimbola Mesele, and I'm so delighted that you're joining me here again today. Now, last week we started on a very beautiful episode, Discover Your Greatness, and we learned that greatness is subjective. You've got to come to the point where you define greatness for yourself. What does greatness mean to you? It's not all of those things out there. It's not what culture is telling us. It's not what society is telling us. Greatness, we must come to that point where we define what greatness truly means to us. And until we do this, we're going to be up and about from one goal to another, just looking for significance, looking for validation. We must define what greatness. And I shared last week also, the steps to discover your greatness. I shared about self-reflection, how you must take time out of your busy schedule to just be with yourself and find out who you truly are. When we shut out the noise and we sit by ourselves, whatever helps you. You can be surrounded by music, you can just decide to take a walk in the park, whatever helps you to be still and find that place to be with yourself. It's absolutely important. So we spoke about self-reflection, how that it is that it's important to meditate. When you sit down and start to meditate, you're going to be amazed at the glow, at the creativity, at the brilliance that is inside of you. I hope you found time to do that last week. And if you didn't, something about this episode is I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation to just be quiet and notice your breath. As simple as that. You're going to find out that there's so much answer inside of you. So much answers, so many answers inside of you, answers to difficult problems. It's only difficult because you call it so. See, we're going to get to all of this. And so when we sit down and truly be with ourselves, we discover that there's so much creativity. There are answers inside of us. Answers that would help us get to the next and highest version of ourselves. So last week on Discover Your Greatness, we spoke about self-reflection. We spoke about embracing challenges. Challenges on the surface look daunting. It looks like, what's the next thing that I'm going to do? But when you embrace challenges and we see it as opportunities for growth, I'm going to speak a bit about that again today. When we reframe what challenges are, we don't see them as the end of the world. We don't see them as daunting, but we embrace challenges and see them as opportunities to grow. In every challenge is an answer. In every challenge or any trouble or problem is the solution to it, right inside the problem. And when we begin to embrace challenges, we're going to see that these are opportunities to grow. It reveals our areas of growth. Another thing that we spoke about is setting your intentions. I shared last week how setting intentions create for you a different mindset. Have you had time to set your intentions this year, 2025? I want you to find time. We might get into that today, but I want you to find time to just set your intentions. It's different from goals. Goals, put you in that place of an endless chase, just going one thing after another. And then you just find out that when you're setting goals, the difference is when you're setting goals, you get to the point where, okay, so after all these goals have been achieved, what next? There's that consistent chase, which is not entirely bad in itself, but intentions setting intentions is going a way up higher. Setting intentions, two things, and create for you the mindset, create for you the right mindset. So for example, and setting intentions aside from goals, you're setting intentions for an experience that you want to have. For example, you could say that I'm setting an intention to grow exponentially in this area of my life. I'm setting an intention to build meaningful relationships in career. You see, so what that does for you is that it creates, intentions attract, to us the things that we set our intentions. And one other thing that you can also do with setting intentions is you can literally wake up every morning with that intention on your heart and just say it out. It creates for you a totally different mindset, a mindset of a winner. We've got to get into what today is. And today I am talking about embracing your perfection. Embracing your perfection. And when you talk about perfection, again, like greatness, perfection is subjective. Perfection isn't about being flawless. It's about embracing your authenticity. It's about embracing your uniqueness. It isn't about being flawless. It isn't about not having any weakness at all. So I'm going to get into practical steps to embrace your perfection. But it's important to know that number one, perfection isn't about being flawless. Perfection is a journey of embracing your authenticity. Who are you? Who are you? You've got to define that for yourself. Who are you? It's not what society is against, the societal definition, the cultural definition. Perfection, embracing your perfection is about embracing your authenticity. Who are you? What values are you embracing? What do you see? What do you want to project out there? Who are you? Who are you? And it's important that we are defining, life is only complete when we truly begin to live our authentic self. And that is that self that you can, in quotes, maintain and just be in your skin. So perfection isn't about being flawless. Perfection is about embracing your authenticity. It's important also that you define perfection for yourself. What does perfection mean to you? And so we're going to go through 3 exercises today. I'm going to take you through them. But it's important for us to also know that imperfections, people say, I've always said that also, several times, that I'm a perfectionist. I love to see, that things are done absolutely well. There's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. But we must also know that imperfections make us unique and beautiful. I'm going to give 2 examples. We know Nick. Nick was born without limbs. But Nick embraced this, and now he's a global speaker. I mean, when you hear his story and his resilience, you are amazed that someone born without limbs is able to use his message to impact people in several nations of the world. The first time that I, encountered him, I was stuck to the screen. And as I listened to the words, I was deeply inspired. So what is that imperfection? What is that thing that you say, oh, okay, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that? I'm going to go into the Bible. Moses was a stammerer, but despite that imperfection, see the amazing things that God did through him. In our days, we know of Joyce Meyer, how she struggled with depression, abuse, but she has used that pain as a message of purpose, of hope, and has impacted people, millions all over the nations of the world. Global speaker. What is that thing that you tag as imperfection? It might be something that has happened in your past. It might be something that you currently see. It might be a scar. It's time to reframe it. That imperfection is what makes you entirely unique. And it is from that pain, from that imperfection, that you have a unique message to your world. So I'm going to take you through steps to embracing your perfection. But another thing that I would like you to notice that by recognizing that perfection lies in your authenticity, we cultivate the path to be more compassionate about ourselves. By recognizing, let me say that again, by recognizing that perfection lies in our authenticity and not in our flawlessness, we can cultivate a more compassionate and empowering relationship with ourselves. By recognizing the perfection lies in your individuality, we can cultivate a compassion. You can be gentle on yourself. We cultivate a compassionate and empowering relationship with yourself. Regardless of what people say to you, what you say to yourself is important. And when you keep seeing yourself as imperfect, I don't have this, I wish I was born with this, there's several levels of consciousness. One is the victor, I wish this didn't happen, I wish I wasn't born with this, I wish my parents knew better, I wish I didn't go through this abuse. We can reframe all of those and truly begin to use our message of pain as a message of hope. So perfection lies in your individuality. When we begin to know that perfection lies in our individuality and not in our flawlessness, we can cultivate a more compassionate and empowering relationships with yourself. Before your relationship with the world, it's your relationship with yourself first. Who do you see? Who do you see? When you look at the mirror, who do you see? So when you begin to recognize and embrace that perfection lies in your individuality and not in your flawlessness, you can begin to cultivate a more compassionate and empowering relationship with yourself. Okay, and the final thing that I want to share is that it's time to begin to reframe negative thoughts about your imperfections and see them as opportunities for growth. Reframe negative thoughts about your imperfections and see them as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Okay, so let's get right now into practical steps to embracing, and I'm going to take you through exercises, two different exercises. And today, another thing about today's episode that is exciting is the fact that I'm going to lead you through affirmations. Affirmations create around us, the right environment that enables us to thrive. So what are the steps to embrace your perfection? The first thing that I noted here is self-awareness. You've got to reflect and understand your strengths, and you might want to write them down. I'll take you through that exercise. Your strengths, your weaknesses, and your unique qualities. Self-awareness is the starting point to embracing your perfection. And then you've got to begin to acknowledge your imperfections without judging yourself. Self-awareness. Understand your strengths, weaknesses, and areas of growth, opportunities of growth, and embrace those imperfections without judging yourself. If you keep judging yourself, then nothing anyone says out there really would count. It's time to begin to embrace those weaknesses that you have found without judgment and see them as avenues for growth. The second thing is you've got to talk to yourself positively by challenging negative self-talk. Okay? Because negative self-talk impacts on our self-esteem. So it's important to begin to challenge negative self-talk. Whatever happened to you in the past does not define you. Does not define your future. It's gone. That's not you anymore. You've moved past it. And so you find that when something's happened, that picture comes up on your heart again. That is no longer you. That's the good news. It's no longer you. It happened when you were 5. It happened when you were 20. It happened when you were 39, maybe. Whatever. It's in your past. It should no longer define you. So, positive self-talk, challenge every negative self-talk because it impacts on your self-esteem. And then the second thing is affirmation. Affirmation, you've got to affirm. Don't just challenge positive, those negative self-talk by saying, that's not me, that's not me. So what do you do from there? Affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. Now the third thing is celebrate small wins. You've got to. If you're not celebrating yourself, then who will? I saw something on LinkedIn just this past week, how someone who had gotten to 5,000 followers, she actually baked a cake. I mean, it went viral. She baked a cake and she celebrated 5,000. That's something you might say, okay, so what's that? No, it's something. It's in celebrating the small wins. Celebrating the small wins helps you to be present. You are actually living in your life. You're not just moving from one goal to another. It helps you to be present. It helps you to see the abundance that you're surrounded. When you take time to celebrate your small wins, you see that you're surrounded by abundance. So many blessings that have been going unnoticed in your life. So when you begin to celebrate your small wins, you see that you're surrounded with abundance. And then gratitude. Do you have a gratitude journal? Every night I just think about how my day has gone and I just give thanks. Gratitude. So the first thing is celebrate your small wins and then gratitude. Note it down. What has changed? I am grateful for, or I am grateful because. I am grateful for family. I am grateful for. Notice the small things in your life and be grateful. You're creating an atmosphere for many more things. Now, the fourth thing is seek support. Surround yourself with family and friends and community. You can have the community online, you can have the community, you can have an online community, and you can have an offline community, which is always more important. You want to connect with someone and share what you're going through. So seek support by surrounding yourself with a very beautiful support network, that helps you in your niche, whatever area of influence that you have been sent to. Build a support network. And the second thing on the seeking support is mentorship and coaching. Find a mentor that has been through, or that is in your area of influence that you want to tag with, or you want to go through coaching. We do that at Mesele coaching. And I've seen the power, or I've seen firsthand the power of coaching, how through coaching people, I literally see from the first call the glow on their faces, how the light is just turned on and they're so excited that there's so much. He just helps you see what you've been surrounded with. So seek support by building a support network, and then mentorship or coaching. And then the final thing is mindfulness. I started something just last week. I call it purposeful reflections. It's on my IG, where every single day I'm taking note of all that has happened. It's been mindful. It helps you stay present, not in, we've got to get away from our past and stop looking so much. Be optimistic about the future, but get away from your past and stop living so much in the future that you lose out on the present. Because sometimes what you need, in fact, oftentimes, what you need for the future is right here in the present. So you shouldn't be living in your past. It's gone. It no longer defines you. You can't change it anyway. And stop living in the future. Be optimistic, but stop living in the future and neglecting the present. Be present in your life. Be grateful. Be mindful. Purposeful reflections. You might want to be like me and just every day take account. If you feel like, okay, I don't want to, I don't want to share it with people, but it's fine. Just gratitude and purposeful reflection It helps you to be grounded. It helps you to, stay present and appreciate the things going on in your life. I hope this has helped you. So 5 things that I shared, practical steps to embrace your perfection. The first thing I said, self-awareness, which is reflect and understand your strengths, weaknesses, and unique qualities, and then acknowledge and accept them without judging. Acknowledge and accept your imperfections without judging. The second thing I said, positive self-talk, which will mean that you challenge every negative self-talk. You are no longer that person. You're no longer that one. It happened, yes, but your life right now is no longer defined by it. So challenge negative self-talk and affirm yourself. Okay, the third thing I said, celebrate small wins, recognize your achievements, and then practice gratitude. Be grateful for everything. And then the fourth thing I shared with you, seek support, build a support network, of an online community, offline community, and also through mentorship and coaching. And the final thing will be mindfulness and meditation, purposeful reflection of what's been going on in your life. I hope that these steps I hope that you took note of these steps because they would help you. Now to our practice, I want to guide you through 2 different things, okay? The first thing I want you to do is take a pen wherever you are and write down 3 things about yourself. Remember I shared with you the perfection is, you define what perfection is. Write down 3 strengths, 3 weaknesses. You're going to be amazed that when you write these things down, you can reframe them and see them as opportunities for good. But the first thing that I shared is you've got to reflect and understand them first. So take a pen and a paper, write down 3 strengths, write down 3 weaknesses. You might say, okay, I have just one. Okay, note it down. There are opportunities for growth. And write again the third thing that I wanted to write, 3 achievements that you are proud of. 3 strengths, 3 weaknesses, and 3 achievements that you are proud of. Okay. And then the second thing that I want to guide you through is, if you could just be present right now. And how, Dr. Bimbo, you've shared about being present. How do I do this? Sometimes it's just as little as noticing your breath, shutting out literally stopping your thoughts and just noticing your breath and breathing in. Just breathing in and out helps you to be present. It calls your mind from everywhere that it is to right now where you are. And I just want to, whether you want to shut your eyes or not, being present right now and just think, what are you grateful for? In the midst of all of that, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. What are you grateful for? You want to note that down. Okay, and right now as I begin to wrap up, I want to take you through, we spoke about affirmations. I want to take you through 3 affirmations, and that would be, would you say that to me? I am uniquely created with gifts and talents that make me valuable and irreplaceable. Can you say it again? I am uniquely created with gifts and talents that make me valuable and irreplaceable. Can we say it again together now? You might want to write it down. Let's say it together. I am uniquely created with gifts and talents that make me valuable and irreplaceable. Let's do it one more time. I am uniquely, now with a smile, I am uniquely created with gifts and talents that make me valuable and irreplaceable. Second affirmation. I celebrate. I think we should take that first one again. Are you ready? I am uniquely created with gifts and talents that make me valuable and irreplaceable. Okay, let's go for the second one. I celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, recognizing that each step brings me closer to my true potential. Let's go for it again. I celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, recognizing that each step brings me closer to my true potential. The final time, I celebrate every achievement, no matter how small, knowing that each step brings me closer to my true potential. Now, the third one, I'm resilient and capable of turning challenges into opportunities for personal and professional growth. I'm resilient and capable of turning challenges into opportunities for personal and professional growth. One more time, I am resilient and capable and of turning let's take it again. I'm resilient and capable of turning challenges into opportunities for personal and professional growth. Now, as a way of recap, how do we start? I started by saying to you that perfection isn't about being flawless. It's about recognizing and embracing your authentic you. Now, perfection is a journey of embracing your individuality. And I shared with you also that against the cultural and societal pressures, redefining perfection for yourself is absolutely important. Finally, I shared with you that imperfections are what make us unique and beautiful. And the final thing is that it's time to begin to reframe negative thoughts. As a way of recap again, I'll take you through the steps. I shared with you about celebrating your small wins. Okay, I shared with you about building a support network of people, mentors, and coaches around you. I shared with you being mindful. Okay, and so when you begin to take the steps into cognizance, you're on your way. You're actually beginning to embrace your perfections. If you took note of those affirmations, I wanted to say it again. All for this week, wake up with those affirmations. You're gonna start to see that there's something different about you. You're gonna wake up every day, and I want you to begin to take note of it. You're gonna wake up every day and find out that there's something different about me. You're not defined by your past. And yes, be optimistic, but don't live so much in the future that you neglect the present. Every day, wake up with a smile, acknowledging that you're getting better every day, that you're growing, that you're making amazing progress every day. I'm going to be back your way again next week with another exciting topic. If you are not, please subscribe, like, and share so that other people in your community can be truly inspired, can be changed, and can begin to embrace their perfection. Bye for now.